All right, guys, welcome back. I'm going to tell you, after the debacle we just had, I am pretty sure we've got it fixed. If I'm wrong, I'm going to delete this stream altogether and start over. Figure out what I've been doing with my life. But since there's been such a break, since this is an all-new video, we will start right back at the beginning. This is a 2 out of 3 falls count match. We're not 2 out of 3 falls, but this is an elimination like our normal universal title defenses are. So, went right back to it. It's funny because you look at the PlayStation from the outside, looked absolutely clean. It was not at all on the inside. So cleaned up the heat sink, cleaned up the fan. That should have solved the problem. So tell everybody on the mountain, go tell everybody we are back for the final 3 matches of the Wednesday Night Wars. Right now, we know for a fact that the Meltdown brand is leading this battle right now. 4-2. But can they put it away right here, or will the undefeated team of the Road Warriors, the daughters actually of the Road Warriors, almost like a Road Warriors 2.0, will they bring the Outbreak brand back within striking distance? Can they bring them back 3-4? Now, if they can win the final 3 matches here tonight, they can still win. Outbreak brand winning it last time. Can they win it here tonight? What's going on to Beast? Welcome to the stream, brother. Iffy, welcome back. Oh yeah, Google probably is a little greedy, without a doubt. I've been noticing a lot more too, and I don't know how to stop it. I put it on as minimal as I can put it on. But I've noticed in a lot of creator streams that there's been things going on here lately where it's just showing more ads, and like to the point it's starting to tick me off. Toad's getting mad, go figure.
The following contest is an elimination match and is for the Universal Women's World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, the Legend Oxley and the Irresistible Force, Rebecca Dawn.
What's going on, Jamar? Welcome to the show.
The Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Falcon and the Spider, the Road Warriors.
It's funny, right on their top says Road Warriors, then it says victims needed. So they are looking for the victims. On the other side of their tops, it shows their dads, the original Road Warriors, and then them now in the ring, Road Warriors 2.0, trying to make Dad proud tonight. Falcon and Ozzy going to get this thing started. Now, again, we had problems, obviously, with the last one. After the amount of dust, I mean, it was like 17 pounds of dust that we pulled out. And from the outside, it looked clean. But from the amount of dust that we pulled out, I just can't imagine. That's got to be the fix to it. I'm so confident that it's the fix. I started the stream over again without even trying it. No, I was going to test it for the rest of the day, and I'm like, no, that's so much dust that came out. That has got to be it. Falcon getting things turned around on Rebecca, and what we've learned from both of the restarts, this is exactly how And this is the third go, but this is exactly how it started the last couple times as well. So, if it keeps going this way, it is going to be one hell of a match. And that's what you would expect anyway. You got Aussie, greatest women's world champion of all time. Rebecca Dawn, also former world women's champion. Look, maybe she's trying to get a little tag team help from the opposing tag team. I thought maybe she was trying to get a little double team going on there. But Falcon unable. Rebecca saying right out of the reach, like right next to her, but right out of the reach. And kind of putting it in, saying like, look, in your face. You know what I mean? Right? So this is what these two are going to be really looking to do. Can they get the tags turned around? Aussie not letting her get back over to her tag team partner. And again, you've got to eliminate both ladies on the team to retain or to win those title belts. And right now it looks like Aussie's plan is just to not stay in the ring too long. Just help with the double teams, get things turned around. But it looks like right now Rebecca Dawn is the one, like going to be the main focus of the Outlaws going up against the Road Warriors. Spider trying to fight it, and you know, when you've got Rebecca in against the Road Warriors obviously, like even their dad, their game was power, right? It was a big power game, big move after big move after big move. But Rebecca Dawn, that is not how she does it. She is more of an innovative wrestler where she's got innovative moves. Aussie, yeah, she's got the innovation, but she can hang with your power moves as well. And look at this. Somehow Jimmy Hart has found himself back in the ring. Now, we've seen the referee handle it two different ways. One, she was like right on it. Is she going to be on it again? No, look, standing right next to Jimmy Hart. Not on it at all. And Aussie trying to get an interview with Falcon right now. Said, step up to the mic. I got an interview I'd like to have. But Spider not really looking like she wants to be the one. You know what I mean? Now, even though it is a no DQ match, you got to imagine if Jimmy Hart gets involved in the wrong way, he could possibly cause an elimination in the match. Now, the titles will not change hands if the second person gets disqualified or if the second person gets a count out, but the first person absolutely can. And Jimmy Hart looks like he's trying to get out of the ring here and there, but just not doing it. Falcon looking, she's like, hey, look, this is going to be nice. Nothing's going downtown. I'm just getting up here on top. I'm going to tell you a secret, and then 3 headbutts to the face. Call me in the morning. Typically, too, we'd be talking about buying tickets. No need to buy tickets in this one. All the tickets already purchased in the first episode. I just feel really bad about that. So we definitely are going to make sure one way or the other that we find a way to finish this. I've never taken apart my PlayStation before. So since 2020, that fan and that other thing. Oh! She said, hey, remember that interview you did with me a little earlier in the match? Even though I wasn't the legal person, didn't appreciate it. Oh, we've seen her do that back-breaking move in a couple different ways. But that time, going for the double. Going for the animal style, double animal style. And finally, Rebecca Dawn getting Jimmy Hart out of here. But could that have been a mistake right there? Should she not have focused on that? Falcon going for her finisher. Back-breaking move. Hooks the leg, too. And somehow or another. Ozzy finds a way to kick out. Spider taking care of Rebecca Dawn on the other end. I think Rebecca's still down, so Ozzy on an island right now can't even get in the emergency tag. And that's what I meant by, was that a mistake? Falcon now going to her tag team partner, Spider. Oh, that is a huge clothesline. And you got to wonder, how much more does Ozzy have in her tank right now? And there it is again. You are never going to look at cartwheels the same. You know what I mean? Like, Ozzy's probably like, I'm tired of these cartwheels already. Yeah, absolutely. You can tell it's a new issue because he does it again. Oops, he did it again. He's like a Britney Spears song. Oh, he got out that time. But he did leave. So now we got a microphone and a megaphone in the ring. Oh, Rebecca trying to put an end to it right here. Big slam. Falcon knows. Like, no way Spider's going to be able to kick out of that. What is going on, Temple? Welcome back to the show. Yeah, it's like he doesn't feel like his seat is close enough to the action. You know what I mean? Oh, 2 knees to the back. And then you can see right there, Falcon thought that Rebecca might still be the legal person. Ozzy now hooking that leg. 1, 2. And Falcon, no, Spider able to kick out in 2. Oh, that's an owie. That's an owie if I've ever seen one. Spider trying to roll out of the ring, trying to get a little separation between her and Ozzy. Ozzy, though, not having it. And did you see that? I think Ozzy, a little confused on where she was going. Falcon stops her from putting a bigger move onto Spider. Ozzy able to get that tag into Rebecca, but Spider... Look at Spider working on the back, too. Another big boot from the Road Warriors. And apparently one big slam deserves another. Becky going down hard. Spider picking her right back up, not even giving her a chance to breathe. Ooh. And now taking the opportunity to get out of the ring. Tried that little maneuver where she does that ankle pick on the downturn, but Becky seeing it coming, turning it back around, getting Ozzy tagged right back in. And could we be seeing the makings of the Yellow Brick Road? That time Ozzy did it, and here it is. Goes into it, knocks her over, and now the Yellow Brick Road. Hooks the leg, but not even a chance. Like, Spider was like, there's no coming back from the Yellow Brick Road. Like, she knew it. Falcon might not have known it. Ozzy going, saying, hey, can I get an interview? Like, my partner got an interview. Can I get one? Oh! Quick little trip right there. It almost got the 3 count on Ozzy with the pinning shenanigans. And we know her finisher is a version of the backbreaker, so all these backbreakers back to back to back to back, just setting that up. But does it set up Spider's finishing move? Does it set it up to where maybe that's helping Spider out? Jimmy Hart saying, hey, let me get this table and put it in the ring. And Ozzy is wondering, are people not entertained? Apparently Spider is entertained. She says, I'm entertained. Let me get Falcon in here. Let me get her some entertainment. Taking her up top, setting her up with a big backdrop. And going after the legs right now, you know, maybe thinking that if she can, like, weaken the platform. Oh, now she wants interviews. Like, everybody wants interviews. You get an interview. You get an interview. Everybody gets an interview. And how many more double team maneuvers? Oh, this is their finisher right here. That is their finisher. Hooks the leg. See? Oh, Becky went the wrong way.
A competitor has been eliminated.
Becky went absolutely the wrong way. And Spider gets the pin on Aussie. This is going to be a long road to hoe for Rebecca. Rebecca should have got in there, broke up that pin, but saw Falcon hope that Aussie could kick out, and it didn't work, but only a 1 count on Becky. And this is where the Road Warriors tend to be at their best. You can see, like, yeah, maybe Becky a little more fresh than both of the wrestlers, but right now, the confidence level of the Road Warriors going through the roof. Becky's got to do some things here real quick. She needs to find a way to get one of them out, and one of them out with a quickness. Oh, face right into the microphone. And now Falcon going to get the tables. And the thing that you got to wonder, is she getting the table to put her through it, or to use it on there to slam her on top of the tables? Because we have seen them do that before as well. But again, we were talking about pinning shenanigans. Pins Falcon on top of the table. Falcon, though, right back up. And now Becky, this, I believe, yep, this is her finisher. And she uses that table, hooks the leg. But right now, she has got to find a way, get another big move, find a way to get Falcon out of this match. If she allows Falcon out of this match, you got to believe it is going to be a missed opportunity, and a missed opportunity is what she is working on right now. Falcon fighting back, but now Becky trying to turn the tables yet again. And will she slam her down? Thought she was going to slam her on the table. Can't she stop? Oh, thought she stopped her. And Jimmy Hart gets involved. And that might just do it. 1, 2, 3. And Jimmy Hart getting involved to make sure the Road Warriors retain the titles.
Here are your winners, and still the Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Falcon and the Spider, the Road Warriors.
What's going on, Blaze? Welcome back, brother. So look, they stay undefeated. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, they stay undefeated, retaining the Universal Tag Team title belts. But now we're to the final 2 matches of the evening. The thing that we've all been waiting for. The Universal World title belts on the line. And you know what that did. It is now 4-3. Meltdown up 4-3 right now. But in this match, you've got Witcher representing the Meltdown brand. If she retains her title belt, she will give Meltdown the win of the evening. If Bobby Hart can become the new Women's Universal Champion, that will tie it up 4-4.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal
So we talk about this quite a bit. Bobby Hart really thought at one point Bobby Hart was going to be the one. Thought Bobby Hart would be on the level of Cheyenne, would be on the level of Ozzy, but never took that step. Instead, Witcher took that step. Witcher stepped up to do it. Instead, Melinda G came in. Melinda stepped up. Melinda's starting to take that step, winning world titles. You see, Rapincha's starting to step up in the singles. So, other people starting to step up. Can Bobby Hart get back the magic that she had early on in the universe? She's got a huge shot here tonight. Shot earned through winning the Universal Television title, but has a huge shot here tonight. The only problem is she's got to face Witcher. So will she find a way to overcome really the mediocrity of what she has been and step up to become the Women's Universal Championship? And what's crazy is it will be her first world title that she has ever held. So skipping over the meltdown, skipping over the outbreak, straight to the Universal title. And look who is making his way down to the ring with Witcher. When Witcher decided what side of the aisle she wanted to be on, when Digital Dogs decided what side of the aisle he wanted to be on, now it looks like Digital is back, watching the Witcher's back. And you can see the Witcher in a transition period right now. Will maybe defending the title here tonight help push that transformation back to the original Witcher even farther? Will a loss set her back? Like, we have no idea. That's true. A few good concussions never hurt anybody.
Introducing the challenger from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Bobby Hart. And her opponent from the Queen City, the Universal Women's World Champion, the Witch, Tony Cox.
So we know when we're looking at Witcher before, like we saw over the course of 7 seasons, her skin becoming paler and paler and paler, her power growing and growing and growing. And then sided with the SSU, lost the paleness in her skin, and now we're starting to see some of that darkness maybe coming back. Some of the magical qualities maybe coming back. But what will it be here tonight? Both women, a lot of stuff to prove. Both women, a lot of things on the line. Yeah, of course, Universal World title belts on the line. But I think it's even more than that for both these ladies. Yeah, that's the prize at the end of the tunnel. That's the carrot on the end of the stick. But is that the biggest thing here at stake? I don't think so. I don't think that's the biggest thing. You've got Bobby Hart trying to fight out, trying to become the wrestler everybody believes she would. And look, carrying the Hart name. That is a lot to carry, and jumping through the ropes. You can tell she is going to pull out every stop she can pull out here tonight, but Witcher gets right back up and says, get out of here. Not having it. Remember, because there are countouts on, you could win the match. Bobby could win the match by countout, but the belt wouldn't change hands. Witcher playing a little games right there. Doing a little okey-doke. Jumping out of the way, but Bobby not getting frustrated. Bobby's staying in, and remember, both these ladies are veterans, so the mind games that might work on less experienced wrestlers might not be working in this match. But we've seen Witcher, too, absolutely get dominated. And then out of nowhere, Witch's Brew, you tap. Game over. Little rap tap tappy, you know what I mean? Going, trying to hook the leg. And getting a 1 count. Now, the other thing we got to kind of look at is Digital Dogs going to play a role in any of this stuff? Is Brother Love going to play a role in any of this stuff? Brother Love does typically play roles. The leader of the TWO, and there's no spots open right now on the TWO. So I don't think he's out here recruiting Witcher. I just think this is the loyalty that he has to her, making sure that she's got a fair shake here tonight. Digital might even go over and get into it with Brother Love if Brother Love gets in the way. So definitely something we want to watch. Now, the interesting thing that I've seen so far in this match is both these ladies haven't been as aggressive as they normally have been in the past in a match. Both of them, it feels like we're in this feeling out period right now. And the thing that's got to make you wonder, are we going to see an all-out brawl ever, like, explode? Are we going to see only a technical match? Witcher's starting to get it going. Starting to feel like, hey, I know what's going on now. I get it. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And maybe she is getting in to the rhythm of things, but Bobby Hart getting all kinds of fired up. Bobby Hart now trying to get into the rhythm, and this has been Bobby Hart's problem, unable sometimes in certain matches to get into that rhythm. The Witch's Brew applied to Bobby Hart. Is she going to tap out? No, but she also couldn't get out of that move. Witcher letting her out of that move. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And this goes to show Witcher, even at like half of the strength, half of the magical powers, half of the mystical strength, is a lot better than somebody's 100%. So Bobby's got to find a way to get into this match, get things rolling, get things moving, get into the groove. Break up what Witcher is doing right now. But right now, Witcher doing what she wants, how she wants. Oh, I thought she might be setting up for it again. Thought we were going to see the second Witch's Brew come in. Every time we start to see Bobby Hart get going, Witcher finds a way to kind of thwart it before things really get to happening. Oh, here we go. Submission move of her own. The sharpshooter's been in her family for decades and for generations. And Witcher couldn't get out of it either. Bobby Hart letting the Witcher up. Now going up to that second rope and again driving the elbow into the forehead of the Witcher. 1, 2. And we talked about her not getting into the groove of the match. It seems like she is in it right now. Can she keep it going? 1, 2, 3, and Bobby Hart has just become the brand new Universal Women's World Champion.
The Universal Women's World Champion, Bobby Hart.
And not even winning in typical Hart fashion. Maybe that is the thing that kind of catches the Witcher off guard a little bit there, because we haven't seen her do that. Bobby Hart has played a submission game, but then knowing what the Witcher does, knowing how the Witcher is, maybe does she take advantage? And look, we talked about it at the beginning. if The Witcher won, does that complete the transformation? Maybe that's not what needed to happen. Maybe the anger of losing is what needed to happen. We have seen The Witcher win and win and win and not take that next step to total transformation. I don't know. If I was the TCW, if I was the SSU, I would be scared about what could be happening next. As Frankie Two Fingers, I'm scared already. I got to sit down here ringside. I'm scared already. What will we see from The Witcher when we see her the next time? Now, interesting match. We know Totes owns the TCW, but the other thing that we also know is Totes delegates the decision to the front office.
The following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match and is for the Universal World Heavyweight Championship.
We know he delegates decisions to the front office. While he may be here to lead, and typically he doesn't, typically he's doing his own thing, while he may be here to lead the fight against the SSU, it is interesting that the front office management has chosen Totes to come back, fight Sentinel, a company man, for the Universal World title, even though both brands are split. There's front management for... You have an unknown GM in the Outbreak brand. You have an unknown GM in the Meltdown brand. And then you've got a group of 5 people who we don't know who they are. Normally you would know the GMs. Normally you would know the front office. Does any of that get revealed through the war with the SSU going on right now? I don't know. But it is interesting that they picked Totes to fight Sentinel, because you got to look at it. You know Sentinel, company guy. Sentinel for a long time been fighting against the TWO, been fighting against the NWO, been fighting against all comers that come to try to take or destroy the TCW brand or try to take it over. So now you've got that, and now you've also got the leader of the fight. Look, he still wears both brands on his shirt. He still wears the Monday Night Meltdown brand, even though he represents the Outbreak. Now, it is tied 4-4, so even bigger. This is a 2 out of 3 false count match. You have Sentinel representing the Outbreak brand. You have Totes representing the Meltdown brand. And you've got big things going on, big implications happening. Who carries the Universal World title? Yeah, this isn't so much about the SSU. Now, there are sub-storylines about the SSU in this. This is a lot about the Meltdown and Outbreak. So, and Iffy, you're on the Meltdown brand. You and Sped both on the Meltdown brand. So, very interesting to see what is happening here. Hold on 1 second. We will be right back.
Introducing the challenger. From every man's nightmare, weighing in at 258 pounds, Tonio McGrimm. And his opponent, from Chesapeake, Virginia, weighing in at 308 pounds, the Universal World Heavyweight Champion, Sinister Trout!
So here we go. Universal World title on the line. Who is going to come away? You know both these guys want it around their waist. But it's kind of scary because even with both of these guys carrying it, it could still be up for grabs later on with the SSU. Now, Totes tried to jump out of the way, but a big right hand by Sentinel, and you want to start off a match quick. How about that? Huge overhand right into a like take your breath away style move. And a big slam right there. Harken back to the time of Top Gun. Take my breath away. I'm not going to keep putting you guys through that, but you know what I'm saying. You get it. Will the Outbreak brand be able to get 2 wins in a row in the Wednesday Night Wars? Meltdown won the first. Outbreak won the second, and now both tied here. So this goes to prove, we talked about what both brands kind of represent. Outbreak representing a lot more of the newness, a lot more of the new wrestlers coming through. Meltdown representing a lot more of the iconic wrestlers you have come to know and love. There's still new people on Meltdown, but not as many. There's still icons on Outbreak, but not as many. So, and it was obvious. Oh, right there on top of the guitar. The guitar doesn't break, but still landing on the top of that guitar. But in that first match, or that first war that we had, it was obvious. And look, Totes wrote a little song about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes. But it was obvious that the Meltdown brand far outclassed the Outbreak brand. I mean, they dominated them. And then it was like a wake-up call to the Outbreak brand. And then they came back in the second one. And I didn't think it was going to be close again. You know, as the announcer, getting to see them night to night, you know, I didn't think it was going to be close again. And it wasn't. The Outbreak brand decisively won. And then that's like a wake-up call to the Meltdown brand. Now we're seeing some of the highest competition we've ever seen. Then you throw into the mix. The SSU trying to get after some contract stuff. Like, it is out of control. There's so many things going on right now. Don't take your eyes off any episode. You're going to miss something. You know what I mean? Oh, that is a big slam right there. The referee was even dumbfounded by it. Like, the slam happened, the pin happened. The referee was like, what is going on? Then realized, oh yeah, I didn't buy a ticket for this match. These guys are paying me to do some counting. Let me get over here. Oh yeah. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Look, they're like, hey, we could have a normal match, but why don't we go get some trash cans involved in it? We could do it the easy way, but why? Let's get outside and do it on the outside of the ring. But look, Digital can put that move on him all he wants. Oh, I didn't think he would count, but he is. And only a 1 count. Look, the referee, I don't think the referee even knows what's going on right now, and that's something that makes you got to worry. Yeah, we're not worthy. Listen to the crowd. Every time Totes thinks he's getting ready to turn it around, Sentinel has an answer, and that should show you how long these two have been wrestling each other. Like, both of them know what the other one is doing. They are both well scouted out, their opponents before. They have both wrestled quite a bit in the ring. Hooking the leg again. Referee a lot more on top of it this time. And this time, Sentinel getting a 2 count. But look, Sentinel's starting to get a little bit frustrated with the hard head style of Totes McGoats. Totes now getting ready. Looking like he's trying to fight back. But look at how slow Totes is moving. That'll show you the strength Sentinel has. And now the extraction on the outside of the ring. 1, 2. And Sentinel kicks out, so Totes is now kicked out of Sentinel's move. Sentinel kicked out of Totes' move. Like, how much do either of these guys have in the tank? Well, guess what? We're going to find out, and it's not going to be an oopsie. Nobody's going to win this match on a Rot-Row Raggy. Totes going right to the scunion of Sentinel with that chair. Sentinel getting up, and a huge punch lands on the chair. 1, 2, 3, and Totes gets the first fall of this match. And the extraction, can he do it back to back? And Sentinel somehow kicks out. How did he even do it? He just got the 3 count on a crazy strong punch. Totes jumping up in the air, delivering the punch, and then Totes delivering his finishing move on the outside of the ring, and Sentinel finds a way to kick out of it. Absolutely crazy. You wonder why Sentinel is the Universal Champion. You're seeing it here tonight. The absolute strength, the absolute guts, the absolute toughness Sentinel is displaying right now is on another level. Totes setting him up for some shenanigans. Whoa! I thought Totes would have went for a pin. Maybe he was going for it, but Sentinel stops him. And this time, I thought Totes was going for the submission. He is going for a submission. Will Sentinel tap out? Whoa! Whoa! Sentinel getting fired up. Totes saying, if I don't hit him now, if this doesn't do it, it might be all over but the crying. And it still might be all over but the crying. That is 3 extractions. Sentinel kicking out of all 3 of them. Where is the crowd chanting they're not worthy? Totes tries to duck Sentinel. Sentinel sees it coming, and this is what I mean by scouting somebody out. And now, the second finisher of Sentinel jump, splitting the legs, and Totes finds a way to kick out. I was already writing it down. I was like, that's got to be tagged up 1-to-1. A big slam. There's no way you kick out of that. There's no way you can kick out of the finisher. But somehow Totes finds a way to kick out. It's like the big moves aren't going to work. And look at the frustration of Sentinel right there. The old scunion elbow right there. Right to the top of the noggin. Ooh, top of the noggin to you. Top of the noggin to Totes McGoats. Sentinel now trying to take it up top. What is this? What is going on? No, Totes is saying, no way, buddy. I did not buy a ticket for this ride, but you bought this one. Oh, Totes. You can see that hurt both wrestlers. Totes was going to go for the pin. Sentinel saw it coming, rolls up, goes over the top of him. And what is this? Totes beating him down, giving him the beat down. Is that going to do it? No, it is not going to do it. Now you get to hear the Bark Squad because Mama Totes is home. Sentinel now going over, using the trash can. And when we have seen Sentinel go up to the top rope, we have seen the end of somebody's night. Totes, though, luckily gets to his feet. But still, that is a huge clothesline off the top rope. That is a lot of leverage behind that clothesline. And Sentinel getting it tied back up. Sentinel getting the pin on Totes. The next fall will determine who the Universal World Champion is. Can Totes even recover from that? I have no idea. Sentinel setting up for it. We saw where Totes thought he was going to win it. Sentinel slams him down, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Sentinel comes back to retain the Universal World Championship.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal World Heavyweight Champion, Sinister Trout.
Man, you look at how far a one-on-one match goes. 4.5 stars, absolutely crazy. And the Outbreak brand gets the victory, 5-4 over Meltdown. But you look at how far Sentinel has come. You look at the epic losing streaks that he had. He had more than one. And then to come back, become, at the time, a 3-time world champion, now a 4-time world champion, now that he's added a universal title. Absolutely crazy. Hats off to Sentinel. Congrats going out to him. Guys, that finally is going to do it. For reals this time, even though it took 2 episodes to get it out. That is going to do it for us here tonight. Remember, drop the like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, and remember, when you're out there in the world doing the things, you got the choice to show people what leadership looks like, whatever that may be. But just because somebody's mean to you does not mean you've got to turn around and be mean to them. Their actions do not need to reflect your actions. Keep that in mind. That goes a couple of different ways. So, guys, from all of us here at the Toast My Goats Network to all of you out there, thank you for everything you guys have done. Lots of you buying tickets today. Really appreciate all the support. All that support goes back into the channel, and we will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.